Who remembers Liar Liar being on ITV2 every week?
The very first draw in Britain's new national lottery.
Sinclair believe their C5, Britain's first mass-produced electrical car,
for something called the internet.
Dot sharking, that's good. But none of the locals go paddling. Yeah, that's warming.
no bottleless kids! I can't speak!
You can't win anything with kids.
Pac-Man, one of the superstar video games in the business.
You don't threaten to overrule him.
If fool me, can't get fooled again.
Remember when it's the lowest form of conversation.
So yeah, I don't think that's a false statement. I think there was a period of time where it was on every week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, like I say, we were going to, because we're doing this, we've put it as a UK nostalgia pod. I'm quite wary that we've done Sopranos, which is obviously American, and this is an American film. But it's the reason we've picked this as the first film to do is because it's almost like a staple of British TV, isn't it?
Yeah, at one stage it was like a running joke, sort of in our group, that like if you turn TV on, Liar Liar would be on.
Always ITV2. We were either that or Small Soldiers, but I think Liar Liar would definitely on a lot more. So what we're going to try and do today is we're going to try and go through, because I think it's definitely the film I've seen the most because it's on ITV2 all the time. And I think how many times would you say you've seen it, Liam? I genuinely think I've seen it about 15 times. Not all the way through, but just in background or whatever.
I've seen it all the way through once, maybe twice. And then, I've seen bits of it hundreds of times. But sort of the same bits as well. So I don't know how we're going to get on with this. We're doing a completely untried and tested format, and we are going to try and remember live. So this is going to be live remembering. Yeah, we're going to sort of try and take you through the story, and then what we're going to do at the end is we'll summarize. We'll actually probably get up the plot synopsis.
Yeah, to see what we've missed.
See if we missed anything. See if we could have made it better or worse. Or yeah.
So we're going in blind. So we've not watched this film for ages, really, or certainly not all the way through. But it's a challenge, isn't it, Liam? It's a challenge. It's a mental challenge. How much can we remember of Liar Liar? And I'd be interested to see at the end what we've missed out.
It seemed like quite an easy sort of suggestion, but actually now I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering how much of it we are actually going to remember.
Yeah. We're thrice
a really short episode. Yeah, thrice, yeah.
Thrice bronze medalists as well of the South Yorkshire Remembrance Chalice. So it should be, this is a tricky one though for us. So first, obviously Jim Carrey's in it. I know that much. Not one of his most successful
You're a Carrey
films.
Man. I would have said Carrey.
Carrey. Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm not saying you're wrong. I've heard both.
Yeah, I do like him. But this were after Ace Ventura, and Dumb and Dumber, and
this is kind of
Truman Show,
right in the sort of back end of the success of Ace Ventura, I would say, and The Mask.
Yeah, The Mask, obviously the other one as well.
I've not actually looked. When are we saying? When do you reckon this will be? Would this be?
I'd say 97.
Yeah, I don't think that's a terrible shout. Yeah, I'm willing to go with that.
We'll have a look at this at the end. Yeah. Jim Carrey, I don't think it were a massive commercial success, if I remember rightly. I think it was seen as not a flop, but not anywhere near, obviously, as big as The Mask and Ace Ventura.
Well, yeah, and he'd gone from playing sort of these madcap characters into he's playing a real-life person. I suppose he's in The Mask, but he also turns into the sort of mad Loki type character. So
I don't think it's based on a true story, is it?
The Mask, not as far as I know. No, we'll check it.
Dumb and Dumber is playing a normal person, isn't he? Lloyd Christmas.
But hugely exaggerated. This could be a real person.
In a way, but yeah. So it's not right. First thing, and I've not looked because I don't want to ruin it. Can you remember the main character's name?
No,
I can't. This is how mad this is. This is mad. So
Pete, is it Pete?
Is it Pete? I don't know. We'll have to just call him Jim Carrey from like all the way through.
Yeah, I'm putting Pete out there, but we'll check it at the end.
So what I think happens is he's a lawyer.
Where do you think it starts? The first scene. Yeah, no, but that's more general, isn't it? In my head, the film starts, and he is dropping his big-haired kid, who I think he's the one who does he see dead people? Is it the same No, it might
I
not
don't think
be.
he sees dead people in this film, but imagine that. That'd be a massive twist. Like
That's the
bigger
lie.
than the other one. Yeah, that's a lie, yeah. But no, but no, I think my first thing, this
No,
is
it might
mad,
not
this,
be
because
him. He's got sort of brown hair and sort of big
yeah, I
eyes.
can picture him. Yeah, I can definitely picture him.
I think he's
I,
dropping him off at his ex-wife's, and he's telling him they're going to have a great weekend or week coming up, or is it
yeah,
maybe it's
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
birthday? Is it his
Yeah, yeah,
birthday?
yeah. I think it's his birthday. Yeah, that's right. It is. It's his birthday because obviously he makes the wish. Yeah,
And
so
I
that's it
think
is his
he
birthday.
drops him
Yeah.
off. I think his mother sort of comes to the door.
How do you remember his mum? Because I know this isn't right. This is weird. This is what's so good about remembering this. Why I'm glad we did this as a pod, because I didn't want to pick a film that's like really famous. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Star Wars or something like that. But this is a film that I have seen a lot of. Maybe not, like you say, not all the way through all the time. I can't picture his mum or Jim Carrey's wife in it, and
So
in
yeah,
my
I
head, I'm
think I can.
picturing a fucking Home Alone woman, Kevin.
No,
And I
so
know it's not her. I know it's not her.
I
But
think
that's
she's got quite a sort of dry voice and very slightly puckered up lips, like sort of.
maybe.
I could kind of picture in my head, but I can't think of anything else she's been in. I'll be interested, yeah, to see if I kind of got that memory right. If you're remembering along with us, you picture what you think she looks like.
Yeah, so if there is massive Liar fans out there, we apologise. This is why we wanted to do this one though, because it's a
And
film that we
also, by the way,
both
sorry,
know. And
it's coming to me now. This is real life remembering that.
yeah,
I think the new partner is played by the younger detective in Beverly Hills Cop that likes his guns. Is it Billy?
we'll get onto it. I remember feeling really sorry for this character in the film, but we'll get onto that later.
I
Hopefully,
think it is him though, isn't he? And I think he's
never seen Beverly Hills Cop.
all right. He's got a
So
fantastic name because our mate Tom mentioned him, and I thought he was mentioning a character he's playing, but that is his name. Well, again, we'll fill you in
we'll fill you in
if you know
at
it.
the
Then,
end.
well
Yeah,
done.
if you're getting
And
really
I think
annoyed,
the
we
sort
are
of
going to go
setup,
through
isn't
everything
it?
at the end. Yeah.
The setup is he's great with his kid, but he's obviously very, very into his job. And the mum's new partner, I think he's kind of trying, but it's clearly not good with kids. He's not been around kids. I think that's the very
tries
early
to-
setup.
Jim Carrey's character is like a cool dad, you know. He's like sort of playing baseball with him and stuff like that. This is how I remember it. And then he tries to do it, and he's crap, and he's trying to be funny, and
Yeah.
he's genuinely funny. Obviously, Jim Carrey's character.
Jim Carrey's got the big suit on and the flash car. I mean, in my
Yeah.
mind, he's got like a sort of oversized suit jacket on, but that must be the style.
No,
That
yeah,
can't be
but
like
yeah, I think that was
to try
just
and
his
be funny.
style too. But the big thing is, I think he says, "I'll see you at the weekend for your birthday," and then he doesn't turn up, and he makes a lie up because I think he's
But
either
yeah,
working or he's. I
He
can't remember if
promises
he's
him
working
that he's
or-
going to be there for his birthday.
Yeah,
And he sort of either says or pulls a face that suggests, "Oh yeah, another one of your promises." And he says, "No, honestly, I will be there." I think he sort of gives him his word, he'll be there. I
yeah.
don't actually know if it's because he ends up with some woman that he doesn't go.
I don't know if it's a woman or if it's his job. I presume it's a woman because that makes him more of a bastard, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I reckon they're going for.
Yeah.
So how I remember this, he doesn't turn up, and he says, "Oh, Dad's not here," and she has a go at him for letting her. She's always saying like, "You always let him down. You always let
What's
him
his
down.
name,
You never
Billy?
turn up." I don't
No, I think I'm
fucking
thinking of the
know.
Beverly Hills Cop
We're gonna have to
detective
just
again.
we're gonna have to just call
The
him.
kid.
What do you call him? Yeah, we'll have to just call him the kid. The Bruce Willis kid. Can't remember the film what you just said.
No, because it's not him, is it? That's Haley
No, it's
Joel
not
Osment.
him.
It's
It's
not
not
him.
him. It's not him.
What else has he been in? He's been in. I don't know the big brown haired boy.
The
We
big
don't know what
brown
he's
haired
been
boy.
in.
But he's always he says like, "Oh, Dad says he's going to come this time. Dad says he's going to come," and his mum says like, "No, he always says this," and then he doesn't come to his birthday. And I think she phones him and says, basically, "You fucking wanker." She doesn't say that 'cause it's a family film, but she says like,
Yeah,
"Oh, what you've done
really
it
let
again."
down. He's heartbroken.
Yeah,
We,
and then
we
like
don't,
I
we
think
don't want
the
you no
new
more, man.
Yeah, the new dad, he's like going, "Oh, come on, we can," and he's not up for it all. So he's blowing his birthday candles out, big haired kid, and he's like, he goes, "Go on then, close your eyes. You have to have one wish." And he wishes for his dad to not be able to lie anymore. And this is when the fun begins. It's a great idea for a film.
Yeah,
Well,
good.
the invention of lying with Ricky Gervais has basically nicked it, but he went in a more, as he does, like, he was sort of like an anti-religious sort of thing, weren't he, that he did?
The burden of proof. I cannot believe he's talking about the burden of proof. That's a
That's
limit
Limmy,
reference there.
Yeah.
I think there's a time. I think it's a time-related wish, though, isn't it? Wishes he could not lie for one day or for the whole weekend or something like that.
I
there's
I didn't know if it was just forever. I could have been forever. I could be
No,
wrong,
I don't think
though.
so. Because I think he. I think. So the next Yeah, like let's go through it because I think there's a bit where in my mind he almost knows he's got to kill time for a day because then he'll be able to lie again the next day. So I think he's kind of asking because
Is
I'm
this all
jumping
set in
ahead,
one day?
but doesn't he beat himself up because he wants to get like a mistrial? But is that just
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
that
yeah.
he don't know what's
I
going
think that,
on?
yeah, I don't think that's anything to do with the
I, well,
deity thing,
I
though.
think there's a time element to the wish.
I don't think there's a time. I don't think it's a day thing because I think that I remember they get on a plane like towards the end, and that's. I don't think they'd have a birthday then get on the plane all in the daylight and stuff like that. So I don't think this is. It can't be set in one day because the court case is. I'm sure that goes through like different days and stuff like that. But what do you
A
remember
week?
about
Could
his
it be a
first?
week or
Could be. It could be. I don't know. Or maybe I
because
don't
I'm
know if
sure
he
he
done
says to him,
like.
what did you wish for? Like, so obviously, like this is an expert story, I suppose. So
Yeah.
he wakes up the next morning, and he obviously the wishes come true. So Jim Carrey cannot lie. He physically can't lie.
Hmm.
And then so I suppose the next bit is the sort of montage of funny scenes where he
So do you
says
remember
things
there's a
that are quite
first
insulting
lie?
to people.
Yeah, because I don't think the first one I remember is actually it's not a lie. Is when that good-looking woman's in the lift, and he goes and she goes, oh yeah, he goes, oh, you enjoying your first day? He goes, yeah. She goes, yeah, yeah, everyone's been really nice. He goes, yeah, that's because you've got big. Then it shows you like obviously the thing
Yeah, she
opens, she's
whacked
hit
him.
him.
Yeah,
That's not a lie though, is it? I mean, it is a lie. I mean, it didn't. I don't know. Like, is that it's almost just like Tourette's, isn't it, rather than anything else?
yeah, no, but obviously what he's going to say is something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, that's because I'm sure you're really good at your job." But he can't say that. He just says the
Yeah,
truth, which is what he's thinking. See, right, it
yeah,
is a
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
Tourette's, isn't it? Which is
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Say what you see. If you see it, say it. That's. He should have said that. That should be his wish. Like every time he did it, he had like Roy Walker's head voice in his head. Say what you see. If you see it,
see it,
say it.
see it. But the bit that I like is not kind of made clear in the wish, if you want to get technical, and you've kind of just captured it quite well there. Why doesn't he just not say anything if he's
What did you
got?
say? He's in a bad mood. Just a like shrug.
Yeah, just I don't know. Everyone's been really nice to me. Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that.
But he's got this case on, hasn't he? Where it's
It's-
for the custody of some children, and it's like a nice guy and this horrible woman, and he's defending the horrible woman who
yeah,
wants
she
custody.
is Jennifer Tilly, I think. Of
Did she play? Was she in Dharma and Greg?
No, she was in
No.
Bride of Chucky.
Bride of
Um,
Chucky. Bride of it's completely separate thing, but I can picture her
and she's
definitely.
kind of sort of famously sort of that like I want to say slightly gothy, but it's not necessarily that. But
No, she's got a bit of an ice cream head, hasn't she?
yeah, his hair's sort of like lumped onto her head, and yeah, I get where you're
Yeah.
coming from. Yeah.
But so he's defending her, and that is like the
In
sort of
this film, do you
the
think she's black haired or blonde haired? Because I'm not
blonde.
sure.
I think she's got blonde hair.
I think I associate it with black hair, but yeah, I'm willing to go with you that she's
I
blonde
think
in
she's
this.
got blonde hair on this. And I think like the main plot really, the main plot is obviously about him not being able to lie, but you get more. I feel you get more of the court case or the court case. But the funniest scenes are definitely in the court cases than they are in the family things. You know, with him like trying to meet his
Yeah, and obviously like the sort of premise is he's a really top like lawyer because he finds little
yeah.
loopholes and he's sort of clever answers and ways of not quite answering things and
Oh,
effectively
I
kind of
think I
lies
know.
his way through
I
cases.
think I think I know now why he has to go through this day because on some people monitoring him. Is he like in line for a big promotion or something? And this because I remember there's like I'm sure there's like some people watching him and they're going to recruit him to
Maybe they're
their
gonna make him
firm
a
or some
partner or something.
yeah something like that. And he really needs this job. Like he's desperate for this job, and obviously he can't lie.
And
So
normally this would be like a walk in the park for him. He would sort of
yeah,
make something up about her reasons for why she's acted the way she has, get the other guy sort of thrown out, no custody of the kid, she'd win it easy. So
mm.
that's kind of who he is before this wish is made. But now he can't do that because he can't use his usual tactics.
So he's really struggling in court, obviously trying to get custody for this, for this woman for the kids. And like I said, she's horrible. She calls them brats and all this, and where the other like the dad is really like sort of caring of it and stuff. And there's some brilliant scenes here. I mean, that one like when she because she's having an affair, isn't she, with someone who looks a little bit like Alexis Sanchez, the old Man United player. You know, the tallish
yeah,
guy in
yeah.
the suit. I don't know if she had an affair with him or she's going out with him. And I think they want custody of the kids just for money reasons. So they're doing it for all the wrong
Yeah.
reasons. And then like sort of,
And I think there's,
yeah.
from memory, there's lines like, so he says, Your Honour, you have to delay this trial. And she says, I think it's she, is it female?
No, it's the black judge, isn't it?
Yeah. And he says something like, what possible reason could you have for a delay? And he says, absolutely none, Your Honour. It's something like that. It's like...
And it's brilliant where he's trying to say, I can't remember what they're talking about. He's saying to the other guy, and he's going, is it true that you and my client made right in his face?
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Which again, I don't quite get, because I get he can't lie, but I don't know why has to make him into an absolute madman.
But he's having a breakdown, and
this, by the way, this sort of section now is really probably why he got the gig. I think this is him really overhamming the Jim Carrey dialed right up, isn't it? He's prancing about, he's marching, he beats himself up in a toilet.
They're beating himself up, and he goes, that bloke goes, because he's punching himself in the face, and that bloke goes, what are you doing? He goes, I'm kicking my ass.
Yeah, and then somebody say, oh, who beat you up? What did he look like? And he says, same height as me, same hair, something like that. Yeah,
same height as me, same hair. Yeah. Then he goes, can you? Because he wants this case to be obviously cancelled because he wants to be able to lie again. So he thinks that's the only way he can win it. And that's a brilliant bit actually where the judge goes, can you carry on? Yes. He obviously wants to say no. Well, you're a very commendable man. Because is that brilliant where he goes, I can't lie. He goes, well, yeah, that's a really nice thing to say, but I'm not really interested. It's absolutely fantastic. But it looks like he's going to lose, and she's obviously paying top bucks, and he's got this thing going on. But then, I mean, obviously,
there is a bit somewhere in all that. Somewhere in all that, there is a bit where he kind of realizes something's happened. Because I'm sure there's a scene where he either phones or drives to go and see his son and says, what did you do? What did you wish for? And he tells him what he wished for. And so I'm sure he becomes aware that, the wish is cast.
So he knows by this point he can't lie. And that you might be right then. I wonder if he said then, how long does it last for?
I think he says the whole week or a weekend or whatever it is. I'm sure
that's why he kicks his own ass, isn't it? Because he wants to get out of it.
So, yeah.
And they're fuming with him because she's like, I paid all this fucking money for this lawyer. He's just a madman. And obviously all these people are watching him. I think, like I said, they want to recruit him or whatever. They're looking at each other like, well, what? I thought this guy was like supposed to be like the best lawyer in town. And obviously, this case is only going one way because this woman's obviously just, I can't remember like the actual reasons, but this woman is never going to get custody of these kids for loads of reasons. And it comes out that she only wants money. That's the only reason she wants these kids and stuff. But then he finds a loophole, doesn't he? If you remember this bit.
No.
So it turns out that I'm pretty sure she has sex, I think, at 16. So she's technically a minor. So then she's not, I can't remember the full thing, but it's like a loophole which he gets. And he says like, no further questions.
And it's like a legit, so it's actually like, it's good lawyering rather than just bluffing his way through it.
He found something. She's underage for something. I can't. It might be when she conceived. I can't remember what it was, but she's underage. And then, then he says like, no. And then he wins it, and those people watching go, the son of a bitch has done it, and they can't believe it. And then she's snatching the kids away. You remember? It's a really sad ending. This because that's it, isn't it? He's crying, the father who's lost custody, and she's going, get in my car. Yeah, she's going, you're mine now, get in your car. And he's like looking right upset, basically knowing what he's done. Do you know,
so there's obviously been some sort of like soul searching then, hasn't there? There must be some scenes where he starts to regret the way that he lives in all that then.
Well, there's another little bit here, and I can't remember how this happens. Does he get arrested? Does he get arrested? Does he hit her or something? Because at the end...
strikes a woman.
I don't think he strikes her. Something happens because right near the end... They're on a plane, and he's got to meet his son again. Is
he late? He's late because something to the trial.
Something genuinely happens.
He's doing something like well intentioned this time, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's more obviously the mum don't know about the wish, or she might have been told, but she don't believe about the wish or anything. So she's like going, he's let you down again. He's a fucking prick. Blah blah blah. we're getting on this plane, and they're getting on a plane to move away. So I don't think that he'll ever see him again, or obviously not. It'll be a long distance relationship. And because he runs after the plane, doesn't he? And he's going, "Oh my God, it's Dad! Look at him!" And he gets him to stop the plane. And that's where I feel I'm obviously at the end sort of here, because we will go through it properly. But this is sort of what I remember of it. And then at the end, that she just fucks that guy off, doesn't she? A new husband.
I don't think that can be right, can it?
I'm sure.
I think at the end, it's just.
I feel so sorry for him.
I think they've just got a better relationship, and I think his dad turns up to take him fishing. I don't think it's just get rid of him, kick him to touch.
No, yeah, I'm sure she does, because the end of the film, the last scene of the film, he says it's his next birthday, and she says, and he goes, right, blow your candles out, and then like the lights go off for whatever reason, maybe because he's blown candles out, or whatever. Turns lights off, and his mum and Jim Carrey are kissing, and he goes, "What did you wish for this time?" And he said nothing. You know what I mean? So the thing is that he actually wished this time for his mum and dad to get back together.
Yeah, which again would imply that they weren't then at that stage, wouldn't it?
No, I don't think. I don't think she runs off the plane to go with him, but I'm pretty much sure she kicks him into touch before. You know what I mean? They're going to live a new life together.
Has he done like? Is there a moment where she sort of says, she realizes,
fuck
like,
off, you boring bastard.
Yeah, you're not good with kids. You don't want this. This is not good for any of us.
I don't know if that scene happens. I think
and he goes off to Beverly Hills Cop then, doesn't
he? Yeah, I don't remember that scene happening. But that's how I remember it ending. Do you want to go through it? Do you want me to go through it, or is it too early?
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I think we can both type Wikipedia into Google.
Well, I was right, first off. So, it's classed as a fantasy comedy. 1997, that's what I said.
Well done, yeah.
Yeah. Jim Carrey, Maura Turner, Jennifer Tilly. That's what you're talking about.
That's the other woman.
Who was the other one? Who's the guy then? What did you say his name were?
He's got like a mad name, but I think he's Billy in the Beverly Hills Cop.
No. Sorry, I mean you're on about Swoosie Kurtz, then, aren't you?
I don't know. I'm not. I'm just trying to get my live research.
No, but what I meant is, what did you mean? I know that's the mum, I think. Anyway, what did you think Jim Carrey's character were called?
Pete.
Fletcher. And as soon as I saw it, I thought, yes, Fletcher.
Fletcher? I don't know if I got that.
Yeah. So it's one day. You're right. Sorry, Liam. You're right. It's one day. He was unable to live. We're doing research now. After Fletcher,
I think I'm completely wrong about Billy from Beverly Hills Cop, because he's nowhere to be seen.
No, I can't see him on there.
No, he's not.
So basically, after so he basically misses his son's birthday because he's having sex in the office with another woman.
Kind of got that right.
Yeah, and then it is one day, so you were right about that. It makes he can't lie for a day. So obviously, he. So
sorry, just to fill in there. So, Maura Tierney is the mum, and the character is Audrey Reed. She is kind of similar to what I thought, so I do kind of recognise her. Jennifer Tilly,
I do know Jennifer Tilly.
The kid is Justin Cooper, who plays Max.
Max.
I don't remember him doing anything else. And you're right, it's Carey Elwes is Jerry. They don't even give him a surname, just Jerry.
Just because he's that boring. So Fletcher soon obviously he can't lie because of this thing that we said, obviously. And his newest client is a gold digger who wants a net sum from her husband, Richard Cole. So that's it. So they've split up, and she gets more money, she gets custody of the kids.
Yeah.
But obviously, Audrey, meanwhile, is Audrey, obviously, is the Max's mum, is going to
move to Boston.
To Boston with Jerry to protect him from Fletcher, basically, because Fletcher just keeps letting him down. So obviously, as you said, you were right. He tries to delay the case by assaulting himself, and he knows that he can't. What he couldn't get round is she did cheat on her husband.
And that is something that breaks the kind of what do you call it, like the prenup. So if she was at court cheating, then she wouldn't be able to make this claim, and he knows she was.
Yeah. So obviously, like he can't win the case, but she signed the agreement, the parental consent, as a minor because she was only 16 or underage, whatever that is in America. So he wins it on that. So, and obviously he watches, and that's it. We've pretty much done all right there. So he hijacks a mobile plane. Fletcher says to Max, "I'll spend more time with you."
Yeah, and actually, you were right. I don't quite remember the sort of sincerity of Fletcher in that moment, but he watches her drag the kids away, crying from the dad who clearly loves them and wants to be with them, and he's horrified, and he kicks off saying the decision should be reversed. But the judge holds him in contempt. So is this why he gets locked up, maybe?
Ah, yeah, that's right, because he sort of shout. That's why he misses his. Yeah. So he says he's going to meet him, and then he doesn't. He can't meet him. That's right. Yeah. So he has to run after the plane. And then, to be fair, I didn't know this. It's Jerry apparently tells Audrey, "You've got to remain in California with Max." Basically, I think Jerry's probably just pissed off with Max. Like, I'm fucking trying right hard with this little prick, and he just keeps fucking saying, "I'm not bothered."
There's a character there that we've not mentioned who is Greta, played by Anne Haney.
Who's that?
And she pays his bail to get him out because she realizes he has turned over a new leaf. But I'm not entirely sure what. I don't know if she works at a law firm or is like
right. Is it
maybe his landlady. Yeah, no, that sounds right actually. Yeah, I think it might be. It might be like his sort of personal assistant. Yeah.
So then, like I said, at the end, 1 year later, they're celebrating his next birthday, and he makes a wish that, well, we don't know. He does make a wish, and then two are kissing, Fletcher and Audrey. But Max says he only wished for rollerblades. So basically, the nice, happy, romantic ending is they got together organically rather than from what Max.
I wish that my dad could be in the Truman Show.
He did that next, I think. I think we've done all right there, Liam.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we did start by saying we've seen it hundreds of times. So
yeah, but only bits.
If we weren't close.
It's one of them that it's in the background. I don't know if I've sat down. I mean, there's obviously a joke on Family Guy where he says he can make a scene-by-scene reenactment of Liar. Obviously, we didn't do that, but I'm fucking happy with that.
That's a shame, actually. Yeah, if we kind of got more time and effort, I'd like to try that to reenact it. I've seen a lot of Family Guy. I didn't know that was.
We've missed one of probably my favourite scene in it actually, where she comes in and he's already like having a breakdown. He goes, "Here she comes to wreck the day."
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
Our mate Stratford used to say that a lot.
Here she comes to wreck the day. I'm happy with that, Liam. If anyone's got any more films that they want us to do, obviously a bit of a quick one that, but if anyone's got any more films that they want us to do, please do let us know. Obviously, I haven't seen that many, so it's got to be something that we've both seen.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because it has to be the right film. If we've seen it too much or know it too well, it doesn't really work. So try and think of those films that are always on in the background, but maybe you've not watched too closely. That's kind of what we're after. And
to be honest, even if I've seen a bit, or one of us has seen a bit, and the other one has to help us through, that's fine. Like I say, don't give us like I mean, Star Wars is not a bad one because I ain't seen it for ages. But you know, don't give us like I'm trying to think of a film that everyone knows.
I mean, I could do Home Alone scene by scene. I think. I could probably do Jurassic Park scene by scene.
Snowman, obviously not really a film. It's too, we've been through that recently as well. I want it to be something that we hadn't seen for a couple of years.
I could do Rocky 3 or 4. I'd have one or two. Might be more interesting.
That's an interesting one.
I could do Universal Soldier as well. I've seen that so many times.
I've never seen that. But yeah, that's the sort of stuff we're going at. Maybe Back to the Future, something like that. You know what I mean? So stuff like that.
Yeah, three maybe. I think I know 1 and 2 too well.
Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Right. So we wanted to mention this actually because this is the first one we've recorded since we've actually gone live. So thanks to everyone who's commented and everything so far. We will be doing listeners' feedback episodes once we get more episodes out. But you explain this, Liam, about the.
Yeah. So as it stands, we're releasing this podcast on our old feed, which is the Living with Madeley one, and on the new one, Who Remembers. This is potentially the last time you'll be able to find us on the Living with Madeley feed. There might be one more, but you are going to have to make that switch at some point. So I'd say probably 90% of our listens for the first couple of episodes are currently still on the Living with Madeley feed. That's fine. Welcome. But they're not going to go on there for ages. I mean, well, the truth of it is we're sort of paying twice, aren't we? So we don't.
Really we don't want to pay twice. We don't want to pay twice. So what we're going to do is put a link on to the. I think you might have, by the time you hear this, actually, we're probably doing it to the last couple of episodes. A link to the new platform, basically, the Who Remembers platform, because we don't want to be playing for two. We're putting it out on two separate platforms at the moment. So we're just going to go to that one. So just sign up to that, basically.
Yeah,
subscribe
go find us over
there.
We are on Blue Sky. We are on Twitter. So if you're
Hall members.
Yeah, Hall Members Pod. You can find us. Just find us. Basically, give us a follow, give us a like if you feel up for it. Let people know. And
if you're not on any social media, then just like I say, just sort of follow the link. to what we're going to put onto the episode
Well,
description.
the main thing is, like, kind of now, if you do want to keep listening, you need to make sure you subscribe to the new podcast, because you will no longer get the sort of notification.
Imagine that. Imagine not getting that. You know what I mean? Half remembering Liar Liar. I don't think people can live without that. I don't know about anyone else.
No, I wouldn't.
Other thing that we're going to do, a new change, is we've just decided this. We normally say at the end of the show what we're going to do next week, but I find this as well, where we might say, I mean, for instance, when we did Robot Wars, when we did the Maidley series, it took us about 3 weeks to record it, because I wanted to do a good job of it and get some clips and all this sort of stuff. But because, like, I don't know, Liam didn't get time to research, or I didn't get time to research, or one of us goes away, we sort of set ourselves up every time to do something. So rather than miss a week, we're just going to like decide on the day. If we don't get a week where we don't get chance to do much research or whatever into something, we're not just going to miss a week. We're just going to do it. So if Liam's gone on holiday, and then we could do like a Liar one that we've done today, where there's
there's certain things that we could do with minimal. I mean, to be fair, we never do huge research.
We don't do huge research.
There's ones that are a lot easier.
That we, yeah. So we're not going to say what we're going to do next week anymore.
Secret.
It's a secret. But if you follow us on the socials, we'll definitely give you an heads up, because once we
because obviously we particularly enjoy any sort of pre-recording comments that sort of let us think. Now, because at the minute we're recording ahead of release. We haven't had any of that yet, but as we get into the next sort of 4 or 5 episodes, it would be great if you can let us know your comments kind of before recording, so we could try and mention them at the end. That would be great.
Yeah, or we'll probably do it. I mean, we'll probably do a listeners episode again, like we normally do anyway.
We'll certainly do a listener special.
But yeah, thank you for that, then, Liam. I'll see you next time. Could be anything. Think how exciting that is. Could be anything next week.
Yeah, all good. So thank you for listening. Like I say, just do us a favour, if you've not done it already, just switch over to the new place. By all means, keep listening to Maidley. No problems with that, but we are not going to be putting content on there for the foreseeable.
So we're going to change it across to there. So get across there and smash a like. I love saying smash a like. Anyway, I'll see you next time, Leroy Jenkins.
Yep, au revoir.
Thank you for listening to Who Remembers. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find us at whorememberspod@outlook.com. If you are a right-wing fascist, you can find us on Twitter at whorememberspod. Or if you're a wokenaut, you can find us on Blue Sky at whorememberspod. Once again, thank you for listening, and we will see you next time for more remembering.